Beckway for the win. Pandemonium. Absolute scene.
The hottest basketball takes, news, and analysis. This is the Fast Break Podcast with Finn James and Will Tremaine.
Welcome into the Fast Break Podcast, the podcast made by basketball fans.
For basketball fans.
Finn James.
Will Tremaine.
Welcome back into another episode on Sport Nation. As always, live on Sport Nation at 7 p.m. every Tuesday, or if you want to catch it early, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, 5 p.m. every single Monday. We've got another jam-packed episode. We caught up with Canterbury Rams head coach Quinn Clinton a little bit earlier, and of course we'll be going through round 6 of the NZNBL. NBA playoffs are now basically entering the conference finals for both. Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals on right now. That'll be done. We have a little prediction in the NBA segment to see if we were right or wrong, and we'll give our Fast Break Podcast MVP, of course. We're going to cut to the interview with Quinn Clinton, and then we'll take a quick break. We're going to be back with round 6 of the Sals NBL recap. Welcome back into the Fast Break Podcast with Finn and Will on Sport Nation. Absolute pleasure now to be joined by the Canterbury Rams head coach Quinn Clinton. Quinn, thanks so much for jumping on the pod, mate. Unfortunate result for the Rams last night against the Sharks. What's been the wash-up this morning with the fellas?
Yeah, no, it's, well, today we had day off. It was good though. A couple guys came in and got shots, and still motivated, I guess, from last night's result. But yeah, we'll watch that together as a team and kind of move on. We've got 2 games upcoming this week, so really looking forward to those challenges on the road.
Just looking at last night's game, what was the scout on the Sharks team? Any specific players? And was there a game plan to limit some of the scoring of some of those bigger name guys on the Sharks team?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, the Sharks have put together a really talented roster, and I guess, Timmins is a lot of vocal point in the half court. So, we put a lot of time, and I guess, last week was interesting for us. Like, we added Renee in, so it was kind of like we've got this big week, and we're trying to get Renee up to speed, but also kind of like hone in on what the Sharks do, and they play a little different to some other teams. Primarily a lot out of the post in the half court. So, we spend a lot of time, I guess, working on that in the build up, and but then they're like, not just saying they have Timmins, like they've got Asprey, Jones, Tukaha, Braden, like they've got a Boone off the bench, like they've got a squad and a lot of shooting. So we just tried to be great in our closeouts and work on our post rotation, and sometimes they're going to make shots like at the end of the day, and I thought they made a lot of plays down the stretch, and ultimately they outplayed us in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, like you said just there, the fourth quarter, you had 3 really solid quarters, had a big lead going into that fourth. What kind of unfolded, not in your team, but did the Southland Sharks just put a better performance in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think, we picked up a couple fouls early in that fourth, and I guess that allowed them to be extremely aggressive, and or maybe our guys were a little bit more passive defensively. Like I know Jack was on 4 fouls quite early in that fourth, and they really went at him, and we weren't able to get to our double team as quickly as possible. And then I thought Asprey made a lot of good plays in the fourth too, just some one-on-one, some out of pick and roll, and we didn't really have any answers. And then offensively we just kind of slowed down, which is something that we don't want to do at all. We want to play at an extremely fast pace, and probably got to do it. Watching it back, probably got to do a little bit better job, trusting our bench a little bit more, and rotating guys through just to keep them fresh for that fourth quarter.
What's the new stadium like down there in Christchurch, and are the fans enjoying it?
No, I think it's, I mean, I'm here at the moment, but it's an elite facility, honestly. Like I think it's, I would probably happily easily say it's probably the best one in New Zealand at the moment. Like we've got 9 courts down here, access, damn near 24/7 feels like, and everything's brand new and shiny. So no, it's great. And then the fans have been showing up. Like we've had some massive, great attendance so far, and I know the boys love playing here and love training here. This is something new for us, being able to train on the courts we play on, and it's been a big step for the club, and I think the staff and facilities down here have been great to us.
Just leading on from that with the facilities and Christchurch as a whole, do you think basketball in that part of the country is just elevating every single year?
Yeah, 100%. Like I think, not enough said about like what's happening at the grassroots level, and like we have so many people volunteering their time, and it's cool having all now at one place. Like we finish training and we can walk through to the community courts, and there's rep teams training, and just people volunteering their time just to help the youth. And there's a lot of good stuff going on at Canterbury basketball, and then at the high school level too, like a lot of coaches and both the junior and senior level. So I think it's just, and it feels like everyone's just trying to help each other and help the kids and really grow the game down here.
Yeah, just on the growth of Canterbury basketball in particular, I look at one player who's been with the Rams for quite a while now, I feel like, and that's Walter Brown. He's absolutely at a new height, I feel like, this season, especially since coming back from UNLV. What has he proven to you this year as the type of player that he is?
Oh, I mean, to be honest with you, I think Walt's shown a lot of these glimpses, like at least in the like in our training space in some of the games, and I think Walt's just such a competitor. Like, he just wants to win, and I think in other years he realised that we had other really talented players, and he was happy to play like a role and fill a role. But I think he's been capable of this for the last couple of seasons, and just with our roster build and I guess our roster makeup, like we've needed him to be more aggressive, and he's been ready for this moment. And he's been playing tremendous for us, and we expect that to continue. Like, he's been putting in a lot of work this past year at UNLV, but also in previous seasons, and I think it's just coming to light now.
Another guy that's been with the team for a few years, and he's obviously had some experience with the Breakers now as well, Taylor Britt. What's his leadership been like on this team this season?
I think it's been great. Like, he's been dealing with some injuries throughout the practice weeks, and so just maintaining his load, and our strength and conditioning and performance team have done a great job with him. And he's just complete competitor and a great leader for us, both on and off the court. And real good example for our young guys. Like, not a guy who kind of was I guess at the top of the age group teams. He kind of just flew under the radar, and then his first New Zealand team he made was the Tall Blacks. And I think it's just a great example for our young guys. Just continue to put in the work when no one's watching, and really believe in your abilities. And it's someone that we talk to about young guys a lot, and it's a great example for our club.
Another player who also has flown under the radar for a number of years now, but most recently has been flourishing, is Jack Andrew. He must have been a big pickup for you guys in the off-season. How did you attack that off-season with Jack, and was he on the top of your priority list to bring him in for this year?
Yeah, I think he was on the top of a priority list for a lot of teams, and we were lucky enough to get his signature. And I think he's going to grow from strength to strength, and it's super exciting having him on our team. And he's going to continue to get better, and I think like his perimeter game's developing, and his confidence is developing each week, and it's someone that we're going to lean on a lot, both on the offensive and defensive end. And I'm really excited about the rest of the season, and also Jack's future going forward.
And is there any other players on the team maybe that are hiding in Rapid League, or any development players that you've seen in training that you just can instantly go like, they're going to be here for a while, in terms of, this high level of New Zealand basketball that maybe some of the Basketball New Zealand fans don't even know yet?
Yeah, I don't want to list off the rest of the team, but to be honest with you, like, I think a lot of our young guys, like, I'll just talk about the veteran young guys. I guess we've got Jake Holmes, Ihaka, Kate, Mana Martin. Like, those are three guys that have put in a lot of work over the last, 2 to 3 years, and it's been really cool to see their growth, and we've lent on them a lot in these first couple of games. And like Mana Martin, for example, damn near won us the game on the road last week with his performance, and and his first start was huge. And then I think Jake and Ihaka have been really solid for us on both ends, and those are guys that are going to have to play roles that continue out this year. Like, we're going to lean on them, and we're going to need them to be great. And I think it's been cool to see their development over the last 2-3 years, and have this opportunity this season.
It's been a hot start to the season for you guys, 5-2 record. Are you happy with how the season's progressing so far?
Yeah, I think I was talking to someone earlier in the week, and they're like, you guys it's a 1-2 matchup versus the Sharks. And I guess during the flow of the season, you're not really looking at the standings too much. You're just more focused on your team and how you're developing. And I guess for us, it's been a massive focus on the defense and rebounding. Like, we're not quite there at the moment, and it's something that we're just going to chip away. And we know that by the time it comes July and August, hopefully those habits that we've built now are prevalent, and help us win that championship.
It's now your second season as the head coach of the Rams. Do you feel more settled than last year?
Yeah, I think after, each round and each week, you're learning new things, and learning, especially, having to bring in new players each year, like new imports. Like, you're just constantly learning, constantly adjusting. But I feel like I've got a lot of support with my assistant coaches. Like I think these guys will be head coaches in the NZNBL in the next couple of years, and so I always feel like I've got really great support. And then obviously the upper management as well, having their backing, and always been able to lean on other coaches, and even our playing roster, like always communicating with them and seeing what we can do better as a team. Like I think that's been a real strength of our unit, and just the collaborativeness between the players and the coaches, and that's something that we'll continue to do and hopefully grow our roster.
What was the transition like for you, going from, a player on the Rams not even, 3 years ago as an assistant under Judd, and now going to a head coach in the span of, it might have been 2.5 years. What was that transition like for you, and was it surprising?
Yeah, I guess, it was a quick transition. Like I got done playing at, was it 2022, and I just started coaching some high school hoops down here, and just had some trouble with my Achilles, and couldn't quite get that back to where I wanted, and but I was really enjoying the coaching on the side, and I guess that led to the assistant coaching role, and then learning a lot from Judd in that year, and then he had to step away with the Tall Blacks, so I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to be the head coach, and it was more just trying to continue on what had been happening. Like we'd won 2 championships, try to retain a lot of the core, and just build on, I guess, what we were trying to do from the previous year, and that's kind of been my mission at the moment. It's just like continue to build out, like continue what we did really well, but continue to add on and where we need to continue to get better.
Do you ever miss playing?
No, I do. Yeah, like I guess for me it was, I guess I'm lucky as like I'm the luckiest guy in a way. Like my injury was like it wasn't just like one day, you can't play basketball anymore. It was over kind of a 3-4 year period that I was had this nagging injury. So like I guess I was at peace with it when it finally stopped playing. So it wasn't just like, you can't play anymore. I guess I obviously do miss it, but I'm loving what I'm doing at the moment and loving the challenge. And it's been cool to just help so many people try and improve upon their careers, but also just connect with new people and build strong relationships.
What did you learn as a player and as a coach alongside Judd Flavel, and what's he been like as a mentor for you?
Oh yeah, I couldn't explain on this podcast. Like I guess for me, it's just someone that I can always tap into. Like I guess if there's any questions or any problems, there's a lot of wisdom, and he's had a lot of experience coaching. So I guess can get on the phone with him or shoot him a message or send him a clip, and it's been great that he's always so responsive and so supportive. And I've been super lucky to have a lot of coaches, to be honest with you. Like still keep in contact with a lot of my college coaches, and someone just walked in. But also my former coaches, like even my high school coaches, and Mark Dickel, Mike Fitchett. Like I've had tremendous coaches that I've been able to learn from, and Judd's been a great resource for me over these past 2 years as a head coach.
You're also a part of the Tall Blacks coaching staff with Judd and Mike, like you just mentioned. How does that feel for you to be able to represent your country?
I guess joining the Tall Blacks coaching staff this past year has been it's been a dream, to be honest. Like it was something I'd set a goal for myself, I guess, when I started coaching, and for Judd to believe in me and be a part of that mix has been such a great experience. Like going over to the Philippines and playing in Guam and then playing Aussie, and I guess being around that group, like it's definitely a special connection there. Like representing your country, there's no pure form in the sport. But just being able to, I guess, compete at that international stage has been cool, and learned a lot over those couple of windows, and hopefully something that I can continue to do going into the future, and be a part of World Cups and Olympic journeys.
And just lastly from us, Quinn, you got a like you said earlier on in the interview, a 2-game road trip in the Naki and against the Manawatu Jets. How do you prepare for an extended road trip like that?
I guess we're going to review this game, and then straight into the Jets first, and I guess also planning for the Airs, just because we're not going to be able to get training time. So the coaching staff we're all over those scouts, and then just trying to put in, I guess, 2 days of good prep, and then we'll try and maximise recovery over that 24-hour window and be ready to compete on Sunday as well.
Well, thanks so much for jumping on the Fast Break podcast, Quinn. All the best for the rest of the Rams season, and hopefully you get 2 for 2 up in the old Naki this coming weekend.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on. Thank you.
You're listening to the Fast Break podcast on Sport Nation with Finn and Will. Time to go around the Sals NBL as we do every episode, of course, looking back at round 6. some monstrous performances that will highly likely feature in the Fast Break podcast Sals NBL MVP for round 6, Will. But some big
Well, they have
old performances. Well, they do have to.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's going to be tough because I think there was more than 3 very good games this round from multiple people.
Yeah, one specific guy balled out in 2 games, and he's looking like a bucket down in Manawatu. But we'll get to him in a second.
A little bit of a hint, as it will.
Anyway, getting off, starting with the first game of the round on Wednesday night, the Franklin Bulls versus Manawatu Jets. The Jets got the dub in this one, 112 to 103. Some big performances all around from specific players. On the Bulls side, Jace Carter, 23 points, 9 rebounds. Carter Witt, 24 points and 13 assists. He's leading the league in assists, so there's no shock there.
No.
Probably the best passer in the league right now, I'd say. Cale Robinson, the local boy, had 21 points, 7 for 10, so nice and efficient. And then on the Jets side, Caden Sand, Finn James' favourite player.
What a player.
35 points, Mr. Bouncy over here down in Manawatu. Jamal Poplar, who's quickly becoming one of my favourite players, 29 points, 7 rebounds, and throwing dimes left, right, and centre for 10 assists for him. Also, their new import, Isaiah Small. I think this was his first game with the team. He had 10 points and 14 rebounds. So looking like he could be an impact piece for them. And they've got Ty Webster coming to join this team as well, Finn. Corey Webster still finding his footing from that Achilles injury. The Jets are a team to watch out for in my books.
Yeah, scary, talented. Only thing that the Jets lack is a bit of depth, I think, compared to some other teams in the league.
Yeah.
But if you can have players like Sand, Poplar Jr., Isaiah Small might really fit into this league quite well. He's already showcasing he's going to be a pretty dominant guy on the boards. Then I think with Ty coming in as well, who is a proven good player, if they have those guys playing upwards of 30 to 35 minutes a night and really performing on a nightly basis, could be a scary good team.
Lest I forget Keslo Evans as well.
Oh, he's been balling
this
out
season.
He's been balling out for sure. Should we move on, Will?
Go on.
Thursday night action. The Southland Sharks in the Shark Tank hosting the Auckland Tuatara. Tuatara were on the Southland road trip, some could say. They had the Otago Nuggets later in the round as well. But the Sharks did get up in this one, 111 to 94. Man, the Sharks, they've won 5 in a row. This was their 4th win in a row. And they did beat the Rams last night, making it 5 in a row. Jonathan Yim is putting together a pretty saucy roster with Caleb Asbury and Keelan Boone back, along with Rylan Jones. These boys are looking like a pretty scary team, Will.
Yeah, you spoke about 2 of those guys right there. Their backcourt of imports, Rylan Jones, 27 points. Caleb Asbury, 28 points in this one. So both of them sharing the scoring load together. Sam Timmings as well, holding it down in the paint. 26 points, 15 rebounds. I believe he's top of the league or up there in rebounds per game. So a well-rounded performance from those 3. And then the Tuatara, not really any standouts. They had 5 players in double digits. No one above the 20-point mark. But yeah, well-rounded performance from them. Unfortunately, falling short against the Sharks in this one.
Yeah, I mean, the Tuatara are a deep team. It's not often you have one player really turn out. I feel like that hasn't really happened this year. Obviously, we've had Dilling have some good games. Zach Riley has been
Johnson.
really good. CJ's had some good games. Rob Lowe's had some good games. And Tommy V's had some good games. I've just named 5 players.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. A very well-rounded
Isaac
team.
Davidson yet to join the squad as well.
Sean Bairstow's been out since round 1. This team could be scary good going into the playoffs. Just quietly, Will.
For sure.
Quietly.
If we move on to the next game of the round, though, this was a nail-biter, close one. Tauranga Whai hosting the Manawatu Jets. The Whai falling in this one, 97 to the Jets, 99. One man and one man only was the workload behind the Tauranga Whai in this one. That was Tane Murray, 34 points for him, keeping them afloat in this one. But yeah, the Jets get the job done. And yet again, Jamal Poplar Jr., 36 points, 9 rebounds, 13 for 19 from the field. He is an absolute bucket in this league. And that import that we just mentioned before, another good game. So back-to-back good games start for the new import. Isaiah Small, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 8 for 12 from the field. So he's an efficient guy as well. And then Corey Webster, this was his first game back after that horrific Achilles injury last year. He finished with 11 points in limited minutes off the bench. Good efficiency, 4 assists as well. So obviously it's great to see a basketball legend back out there on the court. And a little spoiler alert, he will be on the podcast next week on the Fast Break podcast.
Stay tuned for that, team. You're not going to want to miss that chat with one of the greats of New Zealand basketball. But yeah, he'll be on next week, so stay tuned for that, team.
For sure.
We'll move on to the next game in the round. The Taranaki Airs playing the Wellington Saints. this was probably the least entertaining game of the round, some could say. Well, and this is no shade on either of the teams. It was just a pretty low-scoring affair, and only really one standout from both the teams. The Airs did lose 71-81 to the Saints, so it was a decently close game. But one man on the Wellington Saints who has been firing on all cylinders all season long, Elijah Pepper. One of the best players that the NZNBL is probably have this year. He's probably up there, top 5.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Leads the league in scoring, I believe.
29 points tonight for Elijah. Not the greatest efficiency. Must have been a pretty scrappy game down there.
Lots of
in the
defense,
Naki.
obviously, in this game,
Yeah.
considering the low scoring mark there is there.
Yeah, but Elijah Pepper with 29 points. Pretty good performance from the Aussie import. He's looking scary good. The Perth Wildcats got him for another few years as well. So, yeah, watch out if you're a Wildcats fan. He's having a pretty good off-season as he did in NBL 1 last year.
For sure. If we move on to the next game of the round, though, the Otago Nuggets hosted the Tuatara on the second game of that Southland road trip for the Tuatara. Tuatara came out on top in this one, so they split their little roadie, 98-72. This was obviously the boy Tuach revenge game against his former team, the Tuatara.
Why is it a revenge game?
I don't know. It's just the team he played for, don't you? Make it interesting, Finn. Come on now.
Hey, Cam Glidden, watch this.
Yeah. He didn't really have much of an opportunity to shout, though, because he came off the bench in this one.
That was very surprising to me, Will.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on. We obviously caught up with Jeff Sparrow, their head coach, and he's seems to be one that's not, short for words. Like, he will,
He'll
if
be
you're not
very
playing well,
straight.
he'll put you on the bench. So that's kind of where my mind leans towards. I could be completely wrong. Maybe it was a strategic
I have a theory.
movement.
Doctor of defense, this guy's name is, remember?
Yeah.
We all know that now. And we did speak to him a little bit off the podcast as well, talked about he is defense first. And he said that Boy Toak, this is his words, not the greatest defender in the league. And he's trying to make him get better. So maybe he was like, boy, you're not playing good defense this training in the last week. You're going to have to come off the bench. Still led the scoring in the Otago Nuggets, to be fair, off the bench.
He did, with 13. That's
Yeah,
how
so
low
that was-
scoring the Nuggets were.
Yeah,
this
72
one.
points from the Nuggets. Not amazing. Tuatara got the job done. It's a scary good team up here in Auckland. Very deep.
Yeah,
Very, very deep. And
Tommy V led all scorers in this game with 20 off the bench. So
He's been
another
hooping.
impressive. I mean, if there was a sixth, there's no sixth man
I
of
don't
the
know
year
if there
award,
is.
there? If there is, it's his. Like, he's hands down been the best bench player in this league for sure. I mean, he's a
even
starter
close.
level player, but we know early on in the season that he obviously opted to come off the bench for the Tuatara,
Yeah.
maybe to give other guys opportunities, being that he's later in his career, take more of a role model type of position on the team. But yeah, he's still doing his thing. Great shooter, 20 points. That's all you can ask for.
So wait, like last season he did start, and we say he's a good shooter. He shot like in the 20% for threes last year.
True, you're
But
right.
the thing with Tommy V, that man has a load of confidence.
Yeah.
And he's going to let it fly no matter what. And this season, ball's been going in hoop.
Yeah.
He's been playing some good basketball. He's got that weird little jump shot with his wrist. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of funky, but hey, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. This is a proven winner. Been around the NZNBL, NBL 1, the NBL for a long, long time.
It just blows my mind how deep this team is. Like, just let's think for a second. Bairstow comes back from injury. He's starting, obviously.
Yeah.
So then off the bench, they're going to have Tommy V, Isaac Davidson, Dylan Wilkie, and Casey Iwane is probably their four guys
Pretty
off the
damn good
bench.
team.
That
And
is an
a
elite
starting
bench.
lineup of Josh Dilling, Zach Riley, Sean Bairstow, Chris Johnson, and Rob Lowe. That's a very well-rounded team.
That 9-man rotation, which will probably be used in the playoffs.
And we'll see
is
Josh Wiley used a little bit
so
here and
good.
there too.
Yeah.
To be fair, for defensive
Elite.
purposes, he's very good. That team it runs very deep up here in Auckland.
Yeah.
And look, you're going to be very surprised if we don't see them near the top echelon when
Mm-hmm.
it comes playoff time. Will
100%. If we move on to the next game of the round, though, this
Game of the
was an absolute
round.
yeah,
Game of the
hands down game of the round. The Sharks got up over the Rams 104-95
in Christchurch,
in Christchurch. They were down this game
big.
in the fourth quarter. 35-13, they outscored the Rams to come back and win this one. So incredible fourth quarter comeback from the Sharks. For the Rams, Walter Brown had 32 points and 8 rebounds. He was a
spoken
highlight
about
for them.
this guy so many times this season, Will. Like so many times.
Yeah.
He has come back from UNLV looking like a completely different player to the one he once was last season.
Yeah.
He was always that defensive specialist, the athletic guy, can guard 1 probably through 4, even 5 if you needed to. Was a decent scorer and really good in transition. We've seen a completely different version of Walter Brown this year. We've seen a man that has more confidence. He can put the ball on the floor. He's got way more speed and quickness to him than he once did, which I didn't think was possible. He was already very athletic at the time. He's shooting the lights out from three. Honestly, this guy could be in All Blacks contention come this camp. I'm genuinely serious.
Shout
about it too.
Shout out to that coach that's unlocked all of these abilities.
UNLV, man. Did 1 year
Great.
at college, and he genuinely has come back and looks so much better.
Yeah,
It's good to see, though, but, I mean, they lost the game.
they did. From yet again, the same three names that we're going to be seeing a lot of from the Sharks. Caleb Asbury, 33 points, 11 for 16.
Yeah, this guy's a weapon.
Absolute bucket. Ryland Jones again as well with 19 points and 10 assists. And then the big man Sam Timmings was 22 points and 10 rebounds. Those three guys are holding it down there in Southland. And then you've got Keelan Boone, who hasn't been as impressive as last year, not at all, coming off the bench. But I feel as though he's still not at 100%.
Oh, definitely
Still
not.
coming back from injury. If we can get the Keelan Boone we had last year joining these three, and the Sharks are on a 5-game win streak. I know we're talking up a lot of teams here, but this team is for sure one to watch.
Just on the Sharks team, Will. No Max Darling, still out with injury.
Oh, I forgot that.
And there's one more player as well. Tobias Cameron.
Oh my god.
Still playing over in the British Basketball League. He's in the grand final. So that'll be done in the coming week or so. Those two returning adds even more depth to this basketball team that is already on a 5-game win streak.
Yep.
Very impressive.
Cooper
What
a
Jonathan
breaker
Yim,
as well.
what they're doing down in Southland.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we spoke to Jonathan a few weeks ago. They fell short in the final against the Saints last year.
They're not going to do it again.
They're running it back with a pretty similar lineup with Ryland Jones added, Max Darling added, Tobias Cameron added, and they got 5 wins in a row with 2 key pieces missing. They're going to be a scary good team come back into this.
With all of these players still yet to join teams, like you just mentioned for the Sharks, for the Tuatara, there's a lot of talent still yet to come to this league.
Oh, yeah.
And the games are only going to get more entertaining, more competitive. Playoff basketball this year in the Sals NBL is going to be something to behold.
The greatest thing that is happening with this league right now is that every time a game is played, I find it so hard to predict who's going to win. Yeah. Hawke's Bay were 0-6 to start the year, but now they're getting wins out of nowhere. You have the likes of, we're going to go into this game right now. The last game of the round.
Let's get into this one.
Giants, 96. Hawks, 102. Giants are struggling a little bit, only have that one important Amy Luukkonen. But if we do go over this game, still pretty high scoring affair. Cruz Perrin Hunt with 22 points. Amy Luukkonen with 21. But
Luukkonen was 7 for 8 in this game as well.
Good game from Amy Luukkonen. But Keanu Rasmussen, a player that Will and I have spoken so highly on for a couple years now as well. Like what he was doing for Hawke's Bay, I think it was 2 seasons ago, was remarkable at his young age. Got that Tall Blacks call-up as well in the most recent camp. Finished with 39 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, 15 of 22 from the field. What a performance from the young man.
We'll be talking about him later in this podcast as
honestly, this guy is an absolute weapon. Shout out Keanu Rasmussen. But now that the Hawks are actually getting it together, Dan Greeter's looked excellent as well this year. Yeah. Jackson Ball, before he goes to college, has been a really key piece for this Hawke's Bay team as well. But what a game from Keanu Rasmussen. It'll be pretty soon.
Yeah.
But
I don't think he played in this one.
Nah, he did.
He did, yeah.
He did play. But Keanu Rasmussen, what a game. And look,
he's a tall black
again,
for sure.
This is another player that we'll probably see once again. I mean, he got a few caps in that last camp against Guam and the Philippines. They're coming back to New Zealand, obviously, not too far away. I'll be very surprised if Judd doesn't pick him again.
I agree. Some great performances this round. We'll go over them again when we get into the Fast Break Podcast MVP at the end of the show. But yeah, we're going to have a quick break now, and we'll be back with some NBA playoff action.
Welcome back into the Fast Break Podcast on Sport Nation with Finn and Will. NBA playoffs, I say it every single episode since we've been covering the NBA playoffs. It's absolutely booming. But we've also had the MVP announced, and it was a snooze fest. For all your Thunder fans, you're happy again. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes back-to-back, and I am bored.
Yeah, this guy is slowly etching himself in history. Back-to-back MVP now. Got the finals MVP in the chip last season. It's looking like that could be the same again this year. When was the last player who won in back-to-back seasons, won both MVPs, both NBA finals, and both finals MVPs?
Has it ever been done?
I don't know if it's ever been done, but that's looking like a very likely possibility.
It definitely is. I'm just kind of bored though. Why is I feel like Wemby was low-key. I thought Wemby was going to win it.
Really?
I haven't seen the votes yet. They haven't been. I don't know if there's
I think you got to give it to Shai. As much as we hate him, I mean,
I don't hate
well,
Shea.
not hate. Yeah,
I don't
that's a
hate
strong
Shea.
word.
That is a very strong word. I
dislike Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the foul baiter he is.
I don't even know if I dislike him. I think there's just a sense of frustration every time I watch him play basketball with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Obviously, he's like he leads the league in scoring most like the last 2 years. I'm pretty sure. I think he probably led it again this year.
It was Luka
with
first,
the 65 game threshold. Luka didn't qualify in the end, did he? Or did he just qualify?
It was one game short, I believe. But yeah.
I don't know. Like,
points per game wise, he was above 30. He was top 5 for sure.
I really had this vision that Wemby was leading the race for a chunk of the season as well, because he came to that press conference and said there is 2 sides of the game of basketball, and that actually ended up kind of going.
To be fair,
favor.
Shea's not a bad defender, though.
No, he's not. Don't
Shea's
get
a
me
good
wrong.
defender.
I think Shea's a good defender, but I think Wemby first of all, he won the depoy, obviously. Until that man retires, I'll be very surprised if we see anyone else win it, because he's 7'5".
I had that opinion as well.
Who?
Until
Who?
In the playoff basketball
we'll get
realm,
into that.
there's a man named Asor Thompson who plays for the Detroit Pistons. This might be a bold take, and of course, Wemby has got to be the odds-on favorite for the rest of his career, like you said, Finn. But if there's anybody to combat him, I think Asor Thompson is the man to do it. This guy is what Wemby brings in interior defense. Asor Thompson is the best perimeter defender in this league. I said it.
You know what's giving me? Remember Marcus Smart won depoy like a few years ago?
Yeah.
It's giving me those vibes.
But he's better. Thompson, he's better than Marcus Smart by a landslide. I mean, you watch this guy in this Cavs series. He's being put on Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, absolutely locking them up. He's getting multiple steals a game, multiple blocks a game. He had that crazy two-handed block the other day. I forgot who it was on. But he is just a freak of nature, like athletically. Him and his brother, Amen. I think Asor is slightly better defender than Amen, and Amen's got slightly more of an offensive game. But the two of them are both just freaks of nature. Oh, for sure.
They're probably some of the most giftedly, athletically, and physical specimens I've seen in the NBA in recent times.
Yeah.
But like you said, the only issue is no bag.
Yeah.
No bag. Well, I mean, they have a little bit of a bag.
That doesn't go into the depoy, though.
They cannot score the ball that well, though. Amen, sorry.
Amen's getting better.
Asor, he's not a good offensive player.
Asor's not, no.
He had a 3 that was after the buzzer, and I was shocked.
Yeah, no, he's like a 25% three-point shooter.
That's
Amen's in the 30s, I believe, and he's a good playmaker. He definitely brings more on offense. But again, none of that matters when it comes to the depoy award. Yeah, that's all defense.
Some of the fastest players in the league right now.
I think they are the fastest.
It's actually crazy. They're so similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I saw a theory. Like, Eamon is kind of like the crash out of the twins. Like, he, gets into fights a little bit and stuff. Asor's a bit more chill.
Yeah.
In this playoff series, Asor's really been getting into it with the players.
They reckon...
Someone was like, nah, they switch players.
They switch
people. Like, Eamon's been playing.
Hey, who would know? Honestly.
Hey, you know what? It's giving me vibes to that theory that it was either Marcus or Markieff Morris was playing for their brother.
I remember.
Do you remember that? Because
they
they literally have the same tattoos and everything. Like, someone actually thought they switched, and they never, no one ever proved it.
Bit of a sidetrack, but yeah, we'll since we've already gone there, I guess we'll talk about that series, the Cavs versus the Pistons.
Game 7.
Game 7's today.
We'll be done by now.
Yeah, we'll be done by the time you're watching this. Predictions, Finn?
It's in Detroit.
Yep.
Who won Game 6?
The Pistons.
Momentum going into the last game. I think that's tough. I'm surprised if Cavs have actually made it this far, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, I was surprised when they went up. The Pistons were up 2-0 in the series. Cavs won 3 straight to go up 3-2.
That was surprising.
And then the Pistons saved their playoff chances in the last game. I've been saying it since day dot. I'm going to stick with my guns. I think the Pistons win this game today in Game 7 and book their spot in the conference finals against the Knicks. But it's been an entertaining series. Donovan Mitchell's had some big games. He's had a couple poor performances, most notably when Asor Thompson is guarding him. And James Harden, I'm obviously not a fan of him. Vintage in some moments, but he's a proven playoff dipper. Probably the biggest playoff dipper of all time, in my opinion.
What?
Sorry, Finn.
Crazy but I'm not that big of James Harden.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I think the Pistons get it done today at home.
And Cade Cunningham. Cade.
It's a shame Jalen Duren's just hidden. Yeah. They go with Paul Reed in the clutch now.
That's crazy.
They have a good team. But look, if you look into the conference finals, the Knicks are in red hot form, sweeping the Sixers. They're going to have all this time off. I think whatever team wins tonight, I think the Knicks, considering the form they're actually in right now, I reckon they go through.
Okay, fair. But I'm sticking with my boys, the Pistons.
Go all the way.
I think they win game. I'm going to look like an idiot if they don't even win Game 7 today against the Cavs, but I think they win Game 7 today, and I think they beat the Knicks in the conference finals.
Wow, okay.
I've got the Pistons going to the NBA finals. And then if we gaze over to the Western Conference then,
Thunder sweep the Lakers.
Yeah, I think we probably covered that in the last episode that happened so long ago. Didn't it?
Was it that long? Was it not just last week?
Who knows?
Jeez, I can't even remember. But
the Spurs have booked their spot, though. They beat the Wolves.
Yeah, beat the Wolves in 6.
Wemby having his way with all of those Wolves players. What are your thoughts for that conference finals matchup?
Look, see, this one, far more entertaining, Will. And it's because, like, everyone obviously had Thunder Spurs probably making the conference finals. I mean, I did. I mean, it's the first and second seed in the Western Conference. You would expect them to go all the way through. That's where we are. The Thunder have, well, I mean, they haven't lost a playoff game.
No.
They're 8-0. Spurs obviously got it done as well. Closer in the Wolves series than I probably would have expected. But the one thing the Spurs have had this whole season is the Thunder's number. They lost one game, I think, against them. And I don't even know if either team was fully healthy that game, so it's almost redundant. But NBA Cup semi-final, I think they beat them. That was big. It's a big game. Wemby versus Chet. We all know how that's going to go.
Number.
Wemby's got Chet's number.
Easy.
This is going to be an excellent series. Steph Castle, 32 points and like 11 boards in the last game. He's looking like an absolute weapon. The Spurs are deep as well. They got a lot of good players, as with the Thunder. This is going to be a really entertaining series. But I'm a big Wemby fan. Probably why I'm a little bit salty that he didn't win MVP. I think the Spurs can get it done. I think it'd be really cool for the franchise. One, to upset the Thunder. Thunder fans really piss me off as well, so it'd be great. I think the Spurs...
Any in specific that you want to call out?
Nah, none at all. Spurs can go through, and I think if they can get a chip in their first... the first chip they've had since like this whole new rebuild stage. Obviously, they were very dominant early 2000s, 2010s as well. I mean, starts Wemby's legacy off with a boom.
Yeah. I dislike the Oklahoma City Thunder and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, as I made clear.
Dislike.
But there's one team I dislike even more because they knocked out my Pookie Bears, the Portland Trail
Oh my
Blazers.
god.
And that is the San Antonio Spurs. Do not like them. They're a bunch of complainers. So I would actually...
and the Thunder aren't complainers.
They are, but they didn't beat the Blazers. So
oh my god.
I think the Thunder are going to win this series.
In how many games?
I think they win in 6. I don't think this even goes 7.
This goes to 7.
I think it goes
to 7.
I just think their playoff experience, they won the chip last season. The Spurs don't have anywhere near the wealth of experience. If the Wolves can get 2 games against the Spurs, then the Thunder are getting more than 2 games. And I don't know. I just think they get the job done. They're more deep. They more well-rounded. The Spurs got Wemby, but I mean, Chet can... He's not going to be able to contain Wemby, obviously.
No
They're
one
not
can
even in the
contain
same...
Wemby.
No one can contain Wemby, and Chet's going to be a non-factor on offense because Wemby is absolutely locking him up. But I just think Shai gets the job done. I do.
And AJ Mitchell.
AJ Mitchell.
God, he looked good in
the
that
next
Lakers
Jalen
series.
Brunson.
Oh, okay. So you reckon AJ Mitchell leaves the Thunder at some stage and becomes the first option on his own team?
I agree.
Okay. It's good to know.
That's what I believe.
Well, if we do look forward to the finals, not a long way away, but I have the Knicks going through. First of all, I love their fan base. I think they are hilarious.
We've got different finals.
Yeah, you've got the Pistons going through and the Thunder,
Yep.
and I've got the Knicks and the Spurs. And I reckon the Spurs get it done.
You reckon the Spurs win a chip?
Imagine Wemby versus Cat.
Well, yes. The Spurs would destroy the Knicks.
I don't know, destroy. The Knicks, I always say I don't trust them in playoff time. They've been far more impressive than I would have expected.
I think the Pistons this year are the Indiana Pacers of last year. And I truly do believe, in my heart of hearts, that if Tyrese Halliburton didn't tear his Achilles in Game 7 of the finals last year, the Indiana Pacers would be NBA champions right now.
Really?
I think they were on track to win that game.
I mean, Halliburton
Hallie was cooking. And I think the Pistons are going to have a fairy tale run. And I think they're going to face the Thunder in the NBA finals. And I think Jalen Duren is going to finally find whatever he's been looking for. And he's gonna lock up Chet Holmgren. He's gonna body him, Cade and him in the pick and roll. Oh, I envision it. Cade Cunningham lifting that NBA Finals MVP.
Wow.
That's my prediction.
And the turnaround for the Pistons franchise will be complete.
Yeah.
We watch with interest.
We do.
I love the NBA playoffs. Fast Break Podcast MVP right after this. You're listening to the Fast Break Podcast on Sport Nation with Finn and Will. Time for the thing that you were all waiting for. The
Every
very
week.
top of the episode. Everybody skips here to find out what Will and I's MVP 1, 2, and 3 for the latest round in the Sals NBL was. And we had some monstrous performances, as you saw in the round 6 recap. This was actually quite a little bit harder than we thought to pick. And someone could have featured on here twice, but that'd be a little bit cheating.
Yeah. Starting off in third place, we just spoke about him a little bit with Quinn in the interview. Caleb Asbury for the Southland Sharks. He kind of took over in that fourth quarter for the Sharks. ISO possessions, setting up his teammates. He was doing it all for them, leading them to the win over the Rams. 33 points, 11 for 16 from the field. He's an absolute bucket. Arguably the best import point guard in this league this season so far, and doing big things down there for the Southland Sharks. He comes in at third place.
Very good performance, third season with Southland, and I feel like he was the main reason why they went on such a big run in the fourth quarter. So you had to put it in there, not only for his really good performance, but leading a pretty damn good comeback for the Southland
100%.
Sharks.
Who came in second, Finn?
Second place, he could have featured on here twice, potentially. Down to the Manawatu Jets, they obviously got 2 wins in this round as well, so very good for the Jets, who could be a very sneaky team going forward in the NZNBL. But this is, of course, import big man Jamal Poplar Jr. In his game against the Phi, although I won't discredit him for the game against the Bulls, he was very good there too. But you could argue he was a little bit more dominant in the game against the Phi. 36 points, 9 boards, 13 of 19 from the field, Will. A very good performance from the big man from the Manawatu region.
Yeah, in that other game, like you said, 29, 7, and 10. So
Yeah,
we could have chosen either or. We went with this one, but yeah, second place for him. That's second or third time I think he's featured on this MVP ranking.
I've definitely seen him before, Will.
When we do our points update, he's going to be in there for sure. But coming in at first place this week, as the Fast Break Podcast Round 6 MVP, we have none other than the young gun from the Hawke's Bay Hawks, Keanu Rasmussen. Absolutely lit it up against the Giants, leading them to a big win with 39 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. 15 for 22 from the field. Absolute bucket. Left, right, and center. Got the job done for them. And he comes in at number 1 as the Fast Break Podcast MVP this week.
Well deserved for Keanu Rasmussen. I can't wait to see who joins him next week for round 7. We'll see you next week.